Are you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who props it on the steering wheel or peeks down at it for a glance? Or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough already. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
99X in the Morning X. Barnes and Leslie, we have not done the Pearl Jam yet, by the way. The double Pearl Jam has not happened. It will happen before 10. Has not happened yet. Also, we'll get to the ticket window here in just a minute to get you in to Big Day Out. Have a question for you guys, and also everyone listening. 470-741-4999. Manners is an interesting topic these days with this generation, the last few generations. What are some manners that you were taught that most people they don't follow anymore? Because I see it. I will hold the door, even if you're 30 feet away, male or female. I'll hold the door. I mean, it's just polite, It's just
some things are just like it seems like they got lost in translation along the way.
What about you? Do you notice any that?
I will tell you one that I'm very sad doesn't happen anymore, and I think it's because of texting and email and all that kind of stuff. But the art of sending a thank you note, like a real in the mail handwritten thank you note.
That's a good one.
Which I love to do. And when I do it, people freak out. Like no one does that anymore.
What about when you say thank you to someone and they say you're good? It's like, what?
Right.
Well,
what happened to thank you?
You're good?
Appreciate it.
You just say, someone says thank you, you say you're welcome. You don't say you're good.
Or no worries.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. No worries. Like
no worries.
It's like, oh, you pressured me because I said thank you, and like, oh, I didn't inconvenience you. What about you, Crash?
Yes.
I mean, I'm old school, totally old school, so I'm along the same lines. Holding the door, a car door for a lady, flowers occasionally. Thank you. And then one other thing I think for older folks, and it's a Southern thing, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. The respectful responses to somebody. And I'm 58, but I still will say that to somebody else.
Especially when they have a badge on. That's always a good time to exercise that. Hey, Morning X, good morning. Who is this?
This is Todd.
Hey, Todd, what manners were you taught that most people just don't follow anymore?
Table manners.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Like what specifically?
Well, so as a kid, my grandmother on my dad's side was a very proper Southern lady. And so Easter and Christmas dinner and that kind of thing, we had to sit with our hands in our lap, between bites, set our fork down, cut one piece of meat at a time, swap the fork over to your other hand, take the bite, set the fork down. We were even taught to lay the knife down on the table with the cutting edge facing you as opposed to your neighbor, because that was considered offensive if the cutting edge faced the person sitting beside you. Those kind of things,
That's like etiquette PhD stuff there. You're way up, and that's high. That's like almost super formal.
Oh, I know. I think about it now. I think how wow, that was really extreme. They had the two spoons and the two forks and two glasses, and we were little kids and trying to learn. My dad would kind of walk. We didn't do that at my house. My mom and dad didn't do it, but when we would go over there, he would try to walk us through all that to make sure you pick this fork up, and use it. Oh yeah, it's real interesting.
I eat so fast that none of that applies to me because I'm done before any of that can be moved around.
But no elbows. No elbows on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No elbows on the table. Hands in your lap. Feet on the floor. Couldn't cross your legs.
Wow, there's a lot going on. All right.
It's military
Thank you.
style.
Thanks for sharing. Have a great day. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Hey, Morning X, who's this?
Hi, I'm Heather.
What manners were you taught that most people just don't follow anymore?
We were not allowed to say the word hate. Like, we couldn't hate the broccoli or anything. We weren't allowed to spout out that word hate. It was an ugly word, my mom said.
Don't use that word.
And now it just doesn't apply to just kids. It's this whole country.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
spout all kinds of hate. So just be kinder humans. That's what they should be.
Dropping hate is an easy one. It's an easy default. I hate that. I mean, I catch myself saying it at times. So everyone slips those out. But as a kid,
that's a good one, Heather.
Yeah, with food, I hate that. Yeah, it's just
I know.
It's an ugly word for sure. Thank you.
Okay, thanks guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Morning X, who's this?
Hello, this is Felicia.
Hey, Felicia, we're talking about lost manners. Do you have something for us?
I just think that there is I don't know if it's a generation. I think it's with everybody. Everybody's so busy. But I think there is a lost opportunity for people to send thank you notes when they sent a gift, or after they've had an interview, or after they've been a guest at someone's home, such as like a vacation of sorts. And I just think it's a lost opportunity, and I just don't see it happening anymore. And I don't know if it's because people are too busy, or they just feel like they don't even have to do it. And I do think it should be a written thank you note, not a text or a phone call.
Yeah, there are. That's a tough one because the written thing is great, Leslie, in theory, because Leslie Fram brought that up too. It's sometimes, I mean, at what point does it trigger? You know, like what point do you do the handwritten versus the hey, thanks? You know what I mean? Like, so at least you're acknowledging.
Well, let's say, for example, and let's just move past an actual tangible gift. Let's talk about if someone invites you or allows you to stay in their guest home, like a VRBO. They own a beach home. And, for example, we did stay at someone's beach home last week for spring break. We did pay, but she was so kind. She gave us a highly discounted rate. But I'm still going to sit down and send her a written thank you note because it does give me an opportunity to make my gratitude tangible. It builds relationships. It's the same energy that's changed as someone allowing you to do something or have something that they are giving you. And it's not exactly the same one-to-one, but it takes a little bit more effort.
I would even raise that and say that I would send them a gift. Like, I know they made you pay, and that's the handwritten, but if they're like, hey, here's my villa, and for
a nice gift.
Yeah, like something cool that you can spend, you know, maybe even half of what you would have, not even that, just a couple $100, well, something that really makes.
What I'm going to do. I'm going to actually send a gift basket of sorts.
There you go.
Something that's a little bit more tangible. And I do, and I think it's a lost art.
It is a lost art for sure. Thank you very much for sharing.
Yeah, she may have inspired someone today, Barnes.
I know. And plus, you want to get invited back? Come on.
Yeah.
Like, Mama didn't raise no fool. You can't just
agree.
Leave that hanging. No chance. Hey, Morning X. Good morning. Who is this?
Hey, my name's Charlie.
Hey, what manners were you taught that most people don't follow anymore?
So my dad told me at a very young age that whenever you're walking down the street with a lady, female, whatnot, to stay to her left-hand side to keep her protected from the traffic coming down the street in case she were to hop the curb.
Yeah, but how is that going to change destiny if a car hops over the curb? You're both going down.
Barnes?
Well, I think my dad talked me into it, so he didn't have to do it. I could protect Mom, so he always walked a few feet ahead of us. So
I always laugh.
Lanny does that. Lanny does that.
I
for
know.
Me. Brad?
Heather will bring that up, and I just laugh because it's like it's going to take us both out. Like it's not just going to be me.
No, but it's also simple, like in a parking lot too. Like if you're in a parking lot, like walking into a Kroger or something, you put her on the inside, even though everyone's moving slowly. That is just the thing to do. I do it all the time, Leslie.
And probably in the parking lot because I'm summoning my Tesla from my table, and the car's probably already on the move by itself. So you want to be careful. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks. Have a good day. We'll see you later.
Thanks so much.
I did do that last night. We ate at Superica over in Buckhead. And as we got up from the table, I tried it to come get me. And as we walked out the door, it was pulling up like a ghost. That's fun. That's some fun technology. Hey, Morning X. Good morning. Who is this?
This is Super Paul from Kennesaw. How you doing?
Super Paul.
I love Super Paul. Hey, we're talking about lost manners, like anything from when you were a child or growing up that you think is just completely lost now.
Well, my favorite, or I should say unfavorite thing ever is people now saying no problem instead of you're welcome. That drives me up the wall. It really brings out the Clint Eastwood get off my lawn old man.
Agree. I said that at the start of this segment when you say when you say thank you and they say, you're good.
Yeah, or, no problem. It's like, thank you for not causing me a problem because you came in here and bought something and saved my job. You know, you're welcome sounds so nice. Even if Mexicans say de nada, it's a nice way of saying, oh, it was nothing. I'm happy to do it for you. Yep. You're welcome means thank you for coming in here. But no problem means, oh, thank goodness you didn't cause me a problem, you old fart. Get out of here. Yeah. So it's like it drives me up the wall.
Manners just don't exist for these last couple of generations. Generally, it's pretty noticeable. Hey, thank you for listening to us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Bravo TV star Lala Kent holds nothing back.
There's been so many times where I'm like, I apologize that I said that, but that wasn't meant for you to hear.
Feel you there.
How fun would it be to bring in some Bravo celebrities and make our own bracket?
Iconic.
All right, I'll take Dorinda, you take Sonia.
Sonia is who I wish I could be.
You and me both. I cannot be someone in the program. What's PTO?
Pay time off. See?
Oh.
You've never had a real job.
Give them Lala.
It is nothing but honesty.
You guys know.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.